Praise the Lord. I hope you're having a blessed day. Let's get right back into our devotions once more. Proverbs chapter 22. We're moving to a new chapter here. Chapter 22 and verse number 1. It says, "A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold." A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and favor rather than silver and gold. The Bible tells us here that a man's reputation is important. A person's reputation is important. And I would just echo this right now and say, yes, it is very important. Let me just go over a couple of things here. I'll try not to make this too long. Character does matter in life. Your reputation does matter. And you say, oh, it doesn't matter. I can just go on and live my life and do anything I want. And you know, I've got free will and I'll just go ahead and live my life and let the chips fall where they may. Well, you can do that if you like. And believe me, the chips will fall where they may. And you may not like where they fall eventually, because after a while it'll catch up with you. But if you'll take time to realize that your life is making for you, you're making for yourself a reputation every day. With the things you do, with the acts you do, with the deeds you do, you are making a reputation. You are building character. Now, you can build it up and make it better every day, or you can tear it down and make it worse every day. You can keep your word, you can break your word. You can be a person that people can trust. You can be a person that people calls a liar. You can be a person that people will call honest. You can be a person that people will look at and say, you can't trust him no further. You can throw him. You can be a person that people will say you can depend on that man or that woman. That man or that woman will help you out and have your back in a bind. And when you're not having, if things are not going your way, that person's going to be right there. That's going to be a true friend. Or you can be the one that says, well, you get along the best way you can, and you made your bed, you lie in it, whatever. You can be that person. Yeah, every single day we build a reputation. Every single day we're building our character. And we need to instill within our children and grandchildren that a good reputation is important and a good character is important. If you've got good character, I'm talking about good character here means you're honest, you have integrity, you're trustworthy. You have the core foundations up under you to be able to function in society. Not only function in society, but I'll give you one up on that. Not only do you want to be able to function in society, but you want to have the biblical characteristics of the believer in Jesus Christ. You want to have those attributes. You want to have those traits and characteristics in your life. And when you do, you're going to build a good character. Now, there'll be always going to be some people that don't like you. For whatever reason. Some people is not going to like you just because of the way you talk or your actions or your motions or something like that. You're just going to rub them the wrong way. And you know what? You can't help that. There'll always be a few that you just can't help. That's just the way it is. I'm sure that's that way with myself, and I'm sure it's that way with everybody. There's just some people that if you bought them lunch every day, they still wouldn't like you. If you... whatever you would do for them, they just, deep down, they're just not going to like you. So forget trying to make everybody like you. That has nothing to do with good character or good reputation. That's never going to happen. But you can have the favor of God, and you can have a good reputation. And when you have the favor of God, you'll have favor with men as well. You say, well, I thought if if all men loved you, then that means that God didn't love you. No, that's not right. If the world and you are walking in lockstep together, then something's wrong, because the world and sin is not going to go hand in hand with the Bible and with God, so to speak. But say this, because we want to kind of pull this together before it gets too lengthy. Your character will as you develop it, a godly character, and your reputation, it'll precede you. It will go before you. It will pave a way. And people, just by the fact that they'll call your name and say, that Steve Dupree or something. And if I've got a good character, a good reputation, then people say, oh yeah, I know Steve. I know Steve. Yeah, Steve's Steve's a good preacher. Steve's a good this. Steve's a good that. Steve's, you can count on Steve to help you out, and Steve's not going to, Steve's not going to hurt you or something like that. Or you could say, yeah, we know Steve. Boy, Steve, he's gonna stab you in the back. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Depends on what reputation you build up. It's just like building a building. Every day you're putting a block in there. You're putting a block in there. And so character, reputation, all these things, you're building it, and you're building it, you're building it every single day. And so you want to make sure, that your good name is chosen rather than riches and silver and gold. Riches and silver and gold, oh yeah, they'll buy you stuff and all of those things, but they can't buy you a good character and a good reputation. You have to so-called earn that. You have to put the work in there and earn that. You can get by and you can get wealthy by crooked means. You can deceive other people. You can do all sorts of things to get money and riches. But you'd rather have a good reputation than all the silver and gold in the world. And you'd rather have a good standing with God. Because when the chips are down and everything else falls apart, that's what you've really got to stand on. And silver and gold's going to fail you. But your standing with God will hold you up when everything else fails. God bless you. I hope you have a great and blessed day, and hope you enjoyed this devotion today.